Well, it's main event time here in All-Star Wrestling.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
I'm still in shock.
Absolutely, there's not much you can say about that. But nonetheless,
we gotta move on.
First,
this is our dual main event.
hailing from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in tonight at 210 pounds, accompanied by Steph Leopard.
It's safe to say that Steph Leopard
Storm
is without a doubt the manager of champions in ASW.
Absolutely. Steph Leopard has managed herself to a ASW heavyweight title earlier this year, managed herself to 2 Appalachian Heritage champions. She's a winning manager. It's that manager's advantage that we talked about earlier. But Shane Storm making his way to the ring, former Appalachian Heritage champion, coming out here to do battle tonight in our dual main event.
He absolutely has had some wars with Rocky Rage in the past, without a doubt.
Those wars have been some of the most exciting matches ever held in All-Star Wrestling. We cannot forget the infamous top cage suplex of 2012.
Wow.
That was voted Move of the Year
in ASW, without a doubt.
ASW's Spot of the Year award of 2012. But could Matt Connard cashing in the #1 contender be Spot of the Year of 2013?
I don't know if it's Spot of the Year, but it's sure Shocker of the Year. Without
Absolutely.
a doubt.
Well, the ASW awards come out in the holidays. Could Matt Connard receive that honor as well as being the new ASW champion? But nonetheless, as you said, we got to move on. This is a dual main event. This is Shane Storm taking on former ECW champion, former WCW US champion, and little-known former World Wrestling Entertainment Intercontinental Champion, the franchise Shane Douglas.
Without a doubt, this match is going to get physical as well.
Absolutely, Shane Douglas is a fierce competitor, but Shane Storm is one of the fiercest we've ever seen in a ring at ASW, as well as anywhere in the world. Spent time in Mexico, time in Japan, all over America, Europe. He has been at all the continents, wrestled everywhere a ring could be found, won gold over his illustrious 12-plus-year career, and he's here in All-Star Wrestling to prove a point.
Shane Storm has proven in the past in ASW that he can dish out punishment, but he also can take it.
Well, as you've seen at Rock and Rumble, Shane Storm in a very physical match with the Russian Bear Ivan Koloff in a Russian chain match.
She came up short in, but it was still an impressive showing.
Absolutely. Shane Storm has called out legends recently, taking Ivan Koloff to his limits and now expecting to take Shane Douglas to his.
He's trying to prove himself, and I respect that out of Shane.
And
I respect that above anything else.
Weighing in tonight at 243 pounds, hailing from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he is the 3-time former world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the franchise, Shane Douglas.
There he is. You hear the infamous music play, as we heard in so many WCW arenas, signaling the entrance of the franchise, Shane Douglas, multiple championship title holder. He is one bad customer.
One of my fondest memories of growing up watching Shane Douglas is the infamous Pittsburgh plunge match in WCW with Billy Kidman and Corey Wilson.
Absolutely. And one of my memories of him is that In Your House in 1995, Shawn Michaels relinquished the Intercontinental Championship. It was awarded to Dean Douglas, as better known as Shane Douglas now, but then he defended the title later on in the night against Razor Ramon, which he lost, but nonetheless etched himself in title history as an Intercontinental Champion.
Without a doubt.
Shane Douglas calling for a microphone here.
As the ECW chant starts to erupt from the ASW arena.
Absolutely, this could get extreme.
Everyone here knows Shane Douglas' past.
I gotta tell you, what a thrill it is for me to be here with you tonight, wrestling. I'm a huge fan of yours. Shane Storm, I love the name. I even know how to spell it. And that sidekick of yours, I love it. Skank Leopard, what a sweetheart.
Oh.
I'm sure that will not set well with either one of them.
Absolutely.
A little history lesson. This is the building 31 years ago that Mick Foley and a young franchise started their career in right here. What a privilege to be back here tonight in front of some of the greatest wrestling fans. West Virginia is where I went to school. West Virginia is where I started my career. And West Virginia, by God, is the place I love spending my time.
Shane Douglas has a special place in his heart for West Virginia.
No doubt about
I tell
that.
you, if the fan will be so kind to an old broken wrestler like me and indulge me for one night, Madison, West Virginia, I'd love to beg your indulgence with your permission, and yours, and yours, and yours, and most importantly, the men in blue over there that do the great job every night. Salute. I want their permission. Referee, we may not need you if the fans give us what we want, because if you're man enough, punk, I say we give Madison, Wisconsin, or better yet, Madison, West Virginia, an Extreme Rules match.
Oh my God, Shane Douglas wants to go extreme. Will Shane Storm accept?
Shane Storm's never been one to back down from a fight, but
You
know,
hear the chants.
an Extreme Rules match with an ECW legend, I wouldn't want a match like that.
Pal?
Shane Storm competed in the Russian chain match with Ivan Koloff. Could he make it 2 events in a row?
Rules.
2 extremes.
Madison, Extreme Rules.
The crowd is clearly.
Officers, Extreme Rules. Yeah.
Shane
I guess
Douglas
the vote's already been in.
looks like it's going to be an Extreme Rules match.
Ladies and gentlemen, your main event is now an Extreme Rules match.
The crowd's getting what they want.
It's going to be a vicious contest already. Now, this Extreme Rules match just turned it on its head.
This just changed the complexion of this matchup. Shane Douglas, this is his element. ECW, we remember, like you said, the Pittsburgh Plunge match. We remember the plenty of matches he had in ECW with guys like the Sandman, Raven, Tommy Dreamer, Perry Saturn, the matches with the Eliminators, the Pitbulls, Rhino, Spike Dudley. Classic battles, and we're underway to what we assume to be another classic in the historic career of the franchise Shane Douglas. The crowd behind him. The crowd behind the franchise.
You know what? Shane Storm come into this match expecting a normal one-on-one match. Now it's Extreme Rules. Shane Storm, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do.
Well, it looks like he's going to warm up in the corner.
Yeah,
That's what he's going to do.
that's typical Shane Storm fashion, getting into the head of his opponent.
He takes his time. He doesn't get too excited.
He's methodical, but he can be vicious when he has to be.
Absolutely. He's held gold many times over his career. Going for the collar and elbow tie-up right now.
If anybody doesn't want to believe me or you about Shane Storm's viciousness, they need to watch the steel cage match with Rocky Rage from Guts and Glory last year.
Shane Storm missing, or Shane Douglas, rather, missing with the punch. Shane Storm taunting. Uh-oh.
Shane Storm taunting Shane Douglas just a little bit here.
Franchise taking a strike at Miss Leopard down there. A win right now for Shane Storm would put Miss Leopard in cloud 9. She's already managed herself to a championship, but right now the franchise got a top wrist lock on right now. Textbook classic maneuver right now, and very effective.
No doubt they're no strangers to controversy, including Shane Douglas. Never a stranger for controversy. Again, with the ECW championship when he first won it.
Absolutely. Shane Douglas is known for his controversy, but the franchise is a seasoned veteran, competing in all 3 major promotions and winning gold in all 3.
Not many people can say that they've done that.
Absolutely not. He joins the ranks of people like The Big Show, who have won titles in all 3 major organizations, as well as Raven, his former rival from ECW. The franchise now with Shane Storm into the corner, looking at that turnbuckle, and yep, he did what we all thought he would probably do with that. The franchise going to work on the legs of Shane Storm, and now the foot to the throat, but it is an Extreme Rules, so there is no disqualifications.
You know, Shane Storm has been in some pretty vicious contests over the past matches that he's been in ASW. He's been in no holds barred. He's been in a chain match. He's been in a cage match. And now this Extreme Rules match tonight, it's going to start taking a toll on Shane Storm. Is he 100% still going into this match?
Shane Storm has a recovery time that is unmistakable. We've seen him in tremendous hellacious matches over his career, but a match with the franchise, anybody in a match with the franchise, that'll shorten your career by years.
He is hard-hitting, that's for sure.
He's one of the hardest-hitting competitors to ever compete in a squared circle. With that head drag right there, with the force on that, Shane Storm's body took a tumble midway across the ring. Now with the rear chin lock applied by the veteran,
Shane Storm's going to have to figure out a way to get out of this. He does not want to be anywhere in any kind of hold with the powerful Shane Douglas.
Absolutely, he does not. He wants to stay right there. He wants to take the franchise down. If you're Shane Storm, you want to take the franchise down to the mat and do what the franchise is doing to you. You do not want to be in that hold where you can't get out of that. With a guy the size and the experience of the franchise, you do not want to be where Shane Storm is.
Well, without a doubt, with Steph Leopard out there, he's not going to have to worry about any sort of dirty tactics to get out, because you know Steph Leopard is going to be right there, being like she is the manager of champions here in ASW.
Absolutely, she's one of the most winningest managers we have ever had in this company, and a future Hall of Famer, I would say.
Dumping Shane outside of the concrete.
Shane Storm tossing the franchise out into the crowd. Clear support from the front row there.
Oh! Steph Leopard smacking just the snot out of Shane Douglas.
The taste out of his mouth, but it's all 100% legal.
Yeah.
This is Extreme Rules. And Shane Storm back from behind with a hammer fist to the back of the franchise. Bashing his skull off of the mat canvas, down to the concrete goes the franchise. He's grabbing a child there to try to resume his tension. The franchise making a little trip walk to catch his breath, but Storm right behind him.
Bouncing his head off the ring apron here.
Vicious, vicious assault by Shane Storm. That's what makes him so dangerous.
You know, the corner of that ring, it's sharp. It's not anything that has any sort of give. Now he's just repeatedly banging it off the side.
And the franchise down on his own accord. Storm didn't even have to fire that punch to take him down.
I think he connected with it a little bit.
Absolutely, he got some of it there. But going for the cover,
Extreme
1,
rules.
2, and a kick out. That is 2. That is only 2.
An Extreme Rules match, there are no disqualifications, there are no countouts. Pinfalls count anywhere.
Absolutely. They could even go up to the ASW offices, as you can see up there. A couple of members could be possibly of the championship committee looking at this matchup. Oh, and the crowd gets a bath, and Shane gets a drink. As we mentioned,
buying his time. Oh, he sits the water into Steph Leopard's face. You know she's not going to like that.
adding insult to injury right there.
Oh, and she is not pleased at all, Jason.
But you take Steph Leopard out of the equation, you have more evenly matched and more water flying through
Hits
the
him
room.
with a water ball right to the side of the face.
Absolutely, and the franchise taking Mr. Storm back over to the bleacher area. Those things are put up and they are hard. You hear the
an
contact.
Irish whip into. Oh, he's picked up one of the trash cans here at the ASW arena.
The franchise right on top of Storm.
He hits him in the head with it.
And those things aren't soft, guys.
No, they're not.
For those of you at home who haven't experienced that, those are hard
Oh,
plastic.
he puts it over his head.
What is the franchise doing right now? He is digging over there. Uh-oh.
got
He
one of-
has, what is that?
That's one of the things that holds
So
up
the barricades.
That rope. That's what we used to rope off the arena.
Takes that barricade to the skull of Shane Storm inside that plastic, adding more injury
Drops an elbow on it.
right on that concrete. Shane Storm is in a world of trouble right now. If the franchise does not get him back into that ring, Shane Storm has no chance.
Shane Storm wrapped up in a garbage bag, it seems. Well, it's only fitting, I guess.
Yeah, taking out the garbage, of course. Wrapping him up in that
He's choking him with the bag. Come on,
choke out.
Riff.
Shane Storm, that will cut off the airway passages where you get the garbage bag over him. He's not breathing through that, and he's cutting off the wind that's in the lungs already. Steph Leopard makes her return after getting a nice little shower there.
I say come on to the Riff, but I forget this is Extreme Rules. There's no disqualification.
Absolutely, and we see him going through the crowd right now. High five to a fan as the franchise taking him back to the wall, to the chair racks, and plowing his head, and you hear the metal ringing as spilled metal and foreign objects.
We might have to get some security out over here to get
It's
this
Extreme
cleared up.
Rules. There's no sense in that. It's Extreme Rules. Anything goes. The police are in the corner just standing by watching. There's nothing they can do. This is 100% sanctioned by the
They've
company.
got out of the way to where we can't see. The ref's counting. There's only a 2
That's it.
count.
Is that 2?
No, there's only 2.
That's only 2. We can't really see from this position. I'm trying to get a better view. As we can see in the corner right now, there's just a debacle going on over there. Going for cover. 1 count. That's all we see. That's 2. That's 2.
This, without a doubt, is going to be one of the most chaotic matches that we've ever had here at ASW.
Absolutely.
I
And
don't
one of
think
the hardest to call, actually.
Yeah. Can't see a thing over there, can we?
Absolutely not.
But it seems Shane Storm is getting the upper hand now.
Absolutely. Shane Storm retaliated in some way in the franchise. They're coming back over to the arena area, it seems. Back over to the other end of the 4-way crowd. Shane Storm, got
Shane
the
Douglas
franchise
up against the
reeling.
wall now.
Franchise is reeling. Storm stomping with that foot into the throat right now. The referee can't do a thing about it. There is nothing that can happen over there that can't happen in that ring. And it's all 100% legal under Extreme Rules.
Well, this is what Shane Douglas wanted, so if he's starting to get beat up, it's his own fault.
Well, Shane Douglas is an expert with these Extreme Rules. He attained gold in the most hardest company to attain gold in and the most physical. He attained gold against superstars like Raven and Dreamer and Sandman. He can do it right now.
Now we're back in the ringside area, thankfully.
Back overhead to the pole. That's going to ring your bell. Referee's trying to return some order here.
Driving the head and the shoulder into the ring post. That's going to knock. Now wrapping the arm around it, just like we saw earlier in the night with D.H. Smith.
Absolutely. That ring post is as much a weapon as it is a security for the ropes. Shane Storm, that is that veteran awareness from really both of them. Veterans of the sport know where they are in the ring at all times or out of the ring. Know what they can do while they're out there and know what can be used as a weapon and what can be used to their advantage. Shane Storm pandering to the crowd right now, though, as we speak.
He needs to be keeping it on Shane Douglas is what he needs to do.
Absolutely. You can't turn your back or give this man an inch to breathe. Just when you think he's down and out, he comes back.
Because he's from the land of extreme, and they know that it can happen and anything can happen in just a moment.
Absolutely. From the city of brotherly love, they come out swinging from ECW. Shane has competed in Mexico and other places, but so has the franchise. Oh, and a low blow. 100% legal, though. The franchise seemed to mounting some kind of offense. Could be the door the franchise needs to capitalize on the former Appalachian Heritage Champion. Going for the lift atomic drop, working on the groin area.
Going for another atomic drop. Yes, he hits him with another atomic drop, but that hurt Shane Douglas' own leg.
Clothesline, side clothesline there. Not a move you see typically all the time. Side clothesline there. Shane Douglas really making Storm real.
Dropping a leg
drop. This is what makes the franchise so dangerous. You let him have his win back. He's angry. He's coming back at you even harder, and he's going to make you feel the pain that you felt earlier.
Oh, no doubt about that. Shane Douglas is one of the most hard-hitting guys in this business, without a doubt.
No doubt, beyond a shadow of a doubt, these guys are two of the strongest to ever compete in an ASW ring, let alone any ring in the world. The franchise is reeling right now. Shane Storm rebounding his offense. Wait, come back. Shane Douglas.
Shane catched him.
Caught, straight caught in the middle of the air. Bear hug maneuver.
Belly to belly.
We've seen that maneuver so many times, so many different ways. The distraction by Steph Leppard.
Got the referee distracted.
Shane Douglas has this match won. Steph Leppard distracting the referee. Wait, there's a cover. Now we're going 1, 2, and Storm out.
Shane Storm happens to get his shoulder up. That looked like about a 10 or a 12 count to me.
Absolutely, you're right, Josh. This match right now has been full of surprises right now. Wait.
Shane's got his hands on Steph now.
But Storm coming back from behind. Douglas needs to watch his opponent.
Balling up his fist, he's getting ready. Oh, he planted one on her.
It's been a night of love. And Storm nuts it
super kick. He hit him with the super kick.
That's all. That's the super kick. But Shane Storm's not covering at the moment.
And Shane Storm needs to go for a cover. That's his move right there.
That's his finisher. Here's the cover. Lateral press. 1, 2, and 2 and 7.
Shane Douglas gets his shoulder up right at the buzzer.
That is so close. That was 2 and 7/8, 2 and 15/16. That is it.
Now Shane Storm starting to open up on Shane Douglas. He's actually starting to capitalize on that super kick that he should have done earlier.
Absolutely. He is a rabid Wolverine. We have heard that made mention over many, many different superstars. But it suits Shane Storm and Shane Douglas to a T.
Oh, without a doubt.
These two are both out for blood. They are both out. This is Extreme Rules. This won't be over until somebody's breathing through a straw or bleeding profusely. And you see Shane Storm now.
Shane Storm's picking with the crowd just a little bit more, but like I said, he needs to capitalize. He's not doing what typical Shane Storm would do.
You need to focus on your opponent in an Extreme Rules match. You can't turn your back. There are too many things that can go wrong.
Especially against somebody that is known to extreme like Shane Douglas.
Absolutely. Shane Douglas is no stranger to extreme, made his name in extreme. Shane Storm, though, made his name in the fighting pits of all over the world.
That's the truth.
This match is so evenly combated, with both of them relatively the same size, relatively the same experience, but you got to give the edge in this type of matchup to the franchise.
A low blow.
Yeah, we said that at the same time. How about that, Josh?
Yeah, buddy.
Low blow to the franchise. The franchise is down as we're talking, and there goes the referee right now interacting with Shane Storm. Shane Storm needs to not worry about the ref. Shane Storm needs to worry about the franchise.
He needs to capitalize. That low blow was worth.
He could have had the match won twice that I've seen.
I think Shane Douglas has got a chain. He's wrapped a chain around his hand. Now he's trying to hide it from Shane Storm.
This could be the leverage that Shane Douglas needs to capitalize and turn this match over. As you see the onslaught continue from Shane Storm.
Shane Douglas seems to be playing a little bit of possum here, it seems.
Douglas is sandbagging to an extent here.
But don't forget, Shane Douglas does have that chain wrapped around his fist.
Yes, he does.
He might be waiting for that just appropriate moment.
Waiting for it. This is Extreme Rules. It's legal.
And
he can use it.
and
There
he
it is. That's the knockout punch. Look at that. Showing it to the ref. The ref can do not a thing about it. It's 100% legal, and Douglas is proud of that fact. What's he going for? Going for
And
the
he
cover.
covers.
1, 2, 3. That's going to be all. And that is going to be a
That
win
is it.
for the franchise, Shane Douglas.
The franchise, Shane Douglas.
Shane Douglas outsmarting Shane Storm by making this an Extreme Rules match and then hiding a chain that was already in his boot.
It was already planned. That is what makes the franchise so dangerous.
He's one of the smartest people in the sport of professional wrestling.
Absolutely. He's got something to say here.
Cut the damn music!
Uh-oh.
Oh, Lord.
I don't mind telling you, because after 33 years I've been in the ring with the best of them and whooped most of their asses, but Shane Storm, I'm man enough to say, you at least had the cojones to stand up to the franchise and give as good as you took and maybe learn a thing or two along the way. Shane Storm, I may not like you or you, skank baby, but I do respect you. Now, you remember a few years back, I had the perfect privilege of having two gentlemen stand on my right and my left. And we formed a group called the Triple Threat. Changing the way the business was done forever. Well, they're no longer with us here. But to wrestling fans that know what I'm talking about, I love to introduce them every night in my heart. They'll always be here. And they're the reason the Triple Threat became what it became in this business. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to give to you and introduce, weighing 428 3/4 pounds, from the great state of New Jersey, the best big man in the business. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mr. Bam Bam Bigelow.
And a standing ovation for the crowd for a professional wrestling legend. And a salute of respect
To Bam Bam Bigelow.
to Mr. Bam Bam Bigelow.
And
Beast
my
from the
younger
East.
brother in the business, the best pure wrestler and entertainer our sport has ever known. Forget Flair, forget Shawn Michaels, forget the franchise, because weighing 228 1/4 pounds, coming from the great state of New Jersey, the anchor of the Triple Threat, the greatest wrestler in the history of our business, no gimmicks needed, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chris Candido.
Absolutely right.
One of the greatest to ever
Respect.
lace up a pair of boots.
And we had a sign
A legend.
that we threw back and forth to each other. If you know what it is, let me see it. That's right, the Triple Threat sign. It was a sign of respect. If we shot it to you, it meant we respected you. When we shot it to the audience, it meant we loved you, because you people allowed people like a snot-nosed kid from New Brighton, Pennsylvania, named Troy Martin, and a big bald-headed freak named Bruce Bigelow, and a small, according to the pundits of our business, too small to make it in our business, Mr. Chris Candido.
Every single
And
one
yet the
proved them
three of
wrong.
us said, we'll show you McMahon, and we'll show you Bischoff, and we'll show you Paul Heyman, because the fans know what they like and they respect great wrestling. And so from this point forward, when you see the sign of the triple threat, it's a sign from my big brother Bammer, my little brother Candido, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you for giving us an incredible career, making money doing what we love. And it's based on the fact that you fans, each and every one of you, not McMahon, not Bischoff, not Dixie Carter, but you fans allowed us three goofballs to have a blessed career. So from my brothers upstairs tonight, to each and every one of you, Madison, we love you, and here's a sign of respect.